As a baker, I know as soon as you mention the word wedding, the prices double. Do you remember that wedding cake that I made only using items from the dollar store? I mean, it was a hot mess, but I feel like it turned out all right. Well, today I'm going to try to make a luxury wedding cake for less than $50. Luckily, today's sponsor, Kutek, has sent me an affordable cake decorating kit that is going to help out a lot. But more on them in a bit. As soon as I went to the store and started adding up all of the prices, I realized how tough this is gonna be, because to taste luxury, I'm gonna have to use great ingredients where it matters, but then like cut corners where I can. The design and decorations is a whole other problem. You just can't beat the flower selection at craft stores. They're so pretty. Like really expensive. I can't get over the color on these. They're so pretty. They're $12.99, but I can use a 40% off coupon. That is gonna make a massive difference. Hear me out, I know $8.80 is a lot for sunflowers, but I feel like I can spend the most money on these and then save from like filler pieces at the dollar store. I have a feeling, I think it's gonna work. And there's the dollar store. I mean, these, very pretty for filler, and only $1.50. I'm both nervous and optimistic. Like, I feel good about the flowers from the craft store. I don't know that I feel that good about the flowers from the dollar store. I hope that they just come together in the end. I don't know about everywhere else in the world, but where I live, grocery prices more than doubled the last couple of years, and then they just never came down. So butter is going to be a tough one. Now, American buttercream is my go-to, but it uses a ton of butter. And I realized I can save $6.39 on icing alone by making a Swiss meringue instead, which honestly seems so complicated, I have never attempted it. I mean, $6.39 does not seem like a lot of money to save, but when we're trying to do this for under $50, that's like 10% of my budget. Eggs in a buttercream. Oh no, I'm already messing up. No, I'm already, see, this is why we do American buttercream. Why are we putting eggs in icing? First one, we're already a mess.
But at least it's better than like the last one and making a mess.
That's true.
See? Glass half full.
That's true.
Always. Take two.
Take two. Got it.
How many eggs do you have to do like this?
10.
Oh my goodness.
I've never made a meringue. The closest thing to a meringue that I've made would be macaroons, like a couple times, and I sucked at them for this reason. Oh no!
You're eating scrambled eggs for lunch, I guess.
I think I need to do one in a bowl.
Yeah.
And then put it in the big bowl. I can't be trusted.
Did you watch the video?
No.
Best practice is to dump this into a bowl one at a time. You do not want any egg yolk in there.
Okay, this little bowl. We've just started and I already feel like a failure. And I am not counting the eggs that I messed up in the price. I'm not doing it. 1.
Whoa.
Oh. I can't be trusted. I can't do this. And I've got like lip gloss like all of my hair. Kevin, can you help me out?
We don't need
like
it.
it's like, wait, I think I got it. Can you just, no, not to use your hand.
What do you want me to do?
It's in my eyelash. It's weird. Okay,
What about your other side?
I think I'm good.
You're welcome, Larry.
Thank you. Okay, get in the hang. Crack, separate, and dunk. Dun. Ta-da! Now that we've made a mess, let's make meringue. Good thing I brought the 18-pack. I was looking at the 12-pack eggs, I'm like, no, I know me. I know I'm gonna mess something up, so I should better buy 18. Just in case. So add the egg whites, sugar, and salt in a bowl and give the mixture a brief whisk. Salt, sugar. I don't know what brief is supposed to mean. Like I'm supposed to like...
Probably a good idea to watch the video. Blows my mind. It blows my mind that Lori is a YouTuber, but yet never watches YouTube videos on how to do things. That's all I do. That's how I learned everything. That's how I learned how to film. That's how I learned how to do other things too.
You're being so rude.
Because, like, oh no, the grains are too big, it's gonna take too long to whip, and no one wants a gritty meringue right now. If you're gonna serve this, usually at the beginning, you're
His looked more whisked. I think it's just kind of like you're trying to combine the sugar and egg whites. Ew.
Look at you, conscious of your housekeeping.
I was just about to dump that in there. How do I use this again?
Did you put the lever down? What are you doing? That's not right.
You said pull the lever.
There you go. That's amazing.
We're not gonna hate on the fact that I don't own a double boiler or that my thermometer is taped together. You said like whisk occasionally.
Oh, it does look professional, this lighting, my goodness.
It's making the goo look amazing.
Oh yeah.
It looks like troll boobies. The consistency seems like it's starting to change a little bit, like softer troll boogies. Now I'm just whisking constantly so it doesn't heat up anywhere and like scramble my eggs until it gets to 160. You can definitely see it changing though. It looks a lot more frothy now. It's just a slow, painful process. Oh, 160, 160. Okay, okay. Whip until it's room temperature.
Until it's room temperature. We're gonna be here all day and night.
He said it cooled down with peas, like frozen peas or something to cool down the bowl faster. You don't need to, but I've got a big ice pack here, so we're doing this. Oh, wow. I just noticed the consistency. Oh, look at that. Well, that looks dreamier.
One eternity later.
Your mixer's dying.
It killed my mixer. We stopped for lunch because it was taking so long for this to cool down. Oh my God, that's thick. That's thick. This is hot. This is hot. But I don't know, the icing feels like he said like room temperature. I feel like we can add in the butter, but I'm not sure.
Your mixer's not gonna handle it. All of a sudden it
Like
just slowly started dying.
this seems right. It's supposed to be like nice stiff peaks. That's a stiff peak. He said switch the paddle attachment and then we go one like glob of butter at a time while it's on low speed. But I'm gonna switch the ice pack to my mixer to cool it down. Okay, lowest speed, glob at a time. It got soupy and then it got curdly, which is apparently what we want. All the butter's in. Now I think we like whip it up with a paddle for 2 minutes until the clumps are gone. I think it's done.
Yeah, it looks done to me.
I feel like this is better than most of the places I give a Swiss meringue.
Oh, really?
Like on a cake, yeah, it's like more buttery and more sweet. Vanilla, I forgot vanilla.
So, how long did this take you?
It's been 2.5 hours since we started this recipe.
So you saved $6.39. But it took you probably an hour and 40 minutes longer than it normally would.
My recipe takes me about 10, 15 minutes. This was like 2.5 hours. And I don't know if people will come for me and be like, how did it take you that long? Filming does take longer, but it doesn't take an hour and a half, 2 hours longer. So it's a time-consuming recipe. You can see why this is more of like a luxury recipe though that you use on wedding cakes because it takes so long to make, therefore people charge more money for it, but actually it costs less money to make. But today, my time has no value, it's just the actual cost of stuff. But with this taking so long, I'm really glad that I baked my cakes last night.
Prepping my cakes has time to cool, but the dulce de leche is inspiring me. I think I might make it instead of just caramel, like a caramel macchiato. So my chocolate cake recipe, hold on, has a tablespoon of espresso powder in it, oven, just to amp up the chocolate flavor. But I'm gonna add extra espresso powder in there. Let's just triple it, make it very coffee flavored. Also, my favorite cake recipe happens to be vegan. So to save on egg costs, I'm gonna use flax. It looks a little weird, but you can't taste it. And when you mix it with water, it becomes this like gooey consistency, kind of like an egg. See? Goopy. Secret time. So quality of vanilla matters. Like you can definitely taste the difference when it's not baked. So when it's in a icing or a filling, you can really taste the difference with vanilla. But when it's in a cake and it gets baked off, not as big of a difference. So I'm gonna save on the cost of vanilla in my cake, but then like splurge on the cost of my vanilla in my icing. No one will ever know.
Now that they are both prepped, it is time for the fun part, and Kutek sent me their amazing 96-piece cake decorating kit, along with their white drum cake boards. The kit comes with a cake turntable, a cake leveler, 24 different piping tips, 3 icing scrapers, 2 spatulas, tons of piping bags, and cupcake liners. So many people want to get into cake decorating, but think that you need a million tools and that it's gonna cost a fortune. But this is the exact type of kit that got me started cake decorating to begin with. And most of those fancy, expensive tools are only something that you're gonna use once and never touch again. You really only need the basics to get started, and with this kit, you can do so many different designs. If you're not sure where to get started, Kutek has tons of tutorials on their website, and you can also find more step-by-step recipes in their ebook, which is also available for download on their website. Check out this cake decorating kit and their other products by clicking the link down below. Now let's start with leveling the cake. If you've seen me try to level cakes with just simply a knife and measuring, I'm not that good at it. They always end up very angled, so this is the exact cake leveler I've been using for years, because it's got like a little almost saw blade, and you can control the height you want, so you've got perfectly level cakes. For the filling, I didn't want to add on an extra recipe because I want to save on cost. So I'm going to use my Swiss meringue buttercream, except I bought dulce de leche from Bulk Barn, and it's nice because you can weigh how much you actually need for the recipe, and I only used half what I bought, so even cheaper. But I just combined my Swiss meringue buttercream with the dulce de leche, a little bit of salt to make like a salted caramel, and I combined that with espresso powder and the coffee flavor. The vibe is gonna be like a caramel macchiato with like a chocolate coffee flavor, but really dulce de leche is like elevate it, and this, can't tell you how good this filling is. I'm gonna use a reusable bag for this and a coupler because it's always gonna be cut to the same size. 6-inch bottom just feels like such a tiny 2-tier. But like, nobody eats any wedding cake. I had an 8-inch and a 6-inch and I think a 4-inch, and we didn't even cut into half the 6-inch or the 8-inch for our wedding. Like, nobody ate cake. So a small cake is fine. Filling. It smells amazing in here.
I can't actually smell it.
I think it's funny, like for years, and I still tend to do it sometimes because I forget how easy flavors like this tastes amazing. And every time I do an amazing flavor, I think to myself, like, why don't I do this more often? Why don't I like level up my flavors more often and challenge myself? I'm lazy. I'm like, it's fine with chocolate or vanilla. Like, it doesn't need all these like amped up flavors. See, this is looking like too small of a baby cake, and I'm feeling like I should have done bigger. But if I did bigger, everything would be more expensive. But I know we did this for that velvet cake that we did, and that one ended up looking beautiful, so.
What a velvet cake. What a mess. Damn, Pinky's always in my shots.
I couldn't even tell you why it's out there like that. Okay. That's a very tall, this is looking like a tower. Crumb coating time, and I think I'm gonna do a slightly skimpier crumb coat than I would normally do, just because I'm nervous about the amount of icing.
So do you know how much you've spent so far?
Cake price is around $6. I think the icing cost me around $16 compared to the $22 if I had done American buttercream. Saving dollars there.
And it only took you an extra 2 hours
It only took me an extra two.
And almost broke your mixer.
2 hours almost broke my mixer. And then, it's super efficient. And then my filling cost, I only used half my dulce de leche. So my filling cost around $4. So I think we're around 27-ish.
Are we counting the food coloring?
We are not counting like food coloring and salt and like little minuscule things like that. But I'm adding on like a surplus of like $1 here and there to make up for it.
We're just willy-nilly, that's all. It's like the Wild West out here, no rules. This is a good opportunity for you to get sticky fingers, and you really seem to like having sticky fingers.
The funny thing is, like, you freak out with sticky fingers. I don't like sticky fingers. It's just like part of the business, you know?
Are you sure? Because you really seem to like it, because there's like sticky fingerprints all over the fridge handle and the cupboard door handles and the faucet handle.
It's really accurate. There's like a child has like rummaged through our kitchen. There's just like little sticky fingerprints all over.
I just assumed you really.
How do we know it's all me though, Kevin? No, it would never be you. It would never be you. Oh my God, I should have cut down the heights to save on icing. Maybe I'll just do a naked cake. Thing is, I did think about that. I did think about doing a naked cake because the naked cake only uses like a quarter of the amount of icing that a regular cake would. But I just felt like that was an old trend. It was like a little bit of a cop-out.
All right, I'm kind of over this part now. Whoops. Hi, Archie. What are you doing down here? Magical boy.
I really, really love Archie. But Kevin really, really, really loves Archie.
Yeah, look at that big boopy nose. Honk, honk, honk. Look at these big toe beans. Look at these guys. Look at that. Look at those big honky toe beans. What am I doing to you, Archie?
They are crumb coated, so we can get them in the fridge, and then maybe I can join the cuddle fest that's happening down there. Couple more handprints. I'm continually just touching everything in the fridge.
Did you really not wash your fingers?
I really did not. I've been thinking about it and I have a theory. Some of these flowers look really cheap, and I think if we just do a white cake with cheap flowers on it, all you're gonna see is the cheap flowers standing out against a white background. But if I combine these flowers with like textures and colors and just busyness on the cake, then your eyes aren't gonna know where to look, getting away with the cheap flowers. That, and I really love the cakes by Sweet Empire. I've been dying to do one, and hers are like beautiful hecticness because there's so much going on, but still like modern and really pretty. So I feel like that's the vibes. I'm gonna do like a tealy, greeny icing in my very little quantity of icing. Swiss meringue is really hard to color. I know that you're supposed to like heat some of it up, but this is an oil-based food coloring, so I don't know that you need to with this one.
You're not gonna test it first? Or?
I don't know, I'm just gonna try. Trust the process, Kevin. Okay, I'm liking this. Kevin's convinced me that it's way too light, so we've got to do the heating method. So you heat up a little bit, and you add it to it, and then it gets bold. That is looking a lot bolder.
Yeah, well, you did add a ton of food
did add
coloring.
a ton of food. This is going to dye people's teeth. I really regret not doing the crumb coat and the color. I feel like I always procrastinate the color, and that's the reason. Just like wait till the last minute so I can decide the actual details of it. Don't do that, because this would have been easier if this color was going on green. I wouldn't have to be covering it up so much, but it's okay. This kit that Kutek sent me is so beginner friendly, and I love this turntable. It's 11 inches, which makes it perfect for doing bigger cakes, but it's also non-slip and dishwasher safe, so points. Now, if they could send me some extra icing for this cake, that would be perfect. This color is pretty though. I am obsessed. I love the dark bold colors. See, my wedding cake, our wedding cake, sorry. There's two of us.
I was there too.
You were there. Our wedding cake was just like a white cake with like flowers on it. But since then, I've been getting a lot more like modern and bold with things. So I'd be tempted to like redo my wedding cake. Let me know if you guys would like me to see like me make my dream wedding cake. I think that
Like
could be a
if we
fun
were to
video.
get married again?
If we were gonna get married again.
Maybe we
Not to like
should.
another person, to you. Remake another wedding
Thank
cake.
God.
I think it'd be fun to remake my wedding cake. I'm saying remake as if I made it the first time. I didn't. My bestie made it. Same girl who we got that like really crazy cake for her wedding. She did mine. I'm gonna finish icing this tier, get them in the fridge to chill up, and then I'm ready to stack them together. This is the stressful part. I find icing the cake the relaxing part. I find decorating the cake like the satisfying, fun part. But tiering the cake, just stressful. And we're not gonna punch the cake this time. Stop waiting for it. He's just like, just slowly smiling.
Oh no. Oh,
It's going so deep.
Get close up in case you punch it again.
No.
This is my favorite part.
This is my least favorite part.
This is my favorite part of the whole
hate
show.
this.
Every time. You got this, Lori. You don't look nervous at all.
I don't want to do this.
You had it. You were in it.
I know. And then I'm like, nope, bail. Maybe tomorrow.
See? Easy peasy. Oh.
It's not bad.
Good. It's good proportions, good shapes.
I'm shaking. It's like this. Let's use one of their small piping tips and pipe clipboard. Okay, You know what? I'm super duper happy with that. I think we've been pretty frugal with everything, so I'm gonna splurge a little on the dust, which isn't really a splurge because this is only $17, which is a lot for a little container. But I figured it out, so this is like 70 cents worth of dust. It's not that bad. And then if we mix it with a little bit of Everclear, like $1, I haven't done a splatter in a while, so I'm gonna do a test splatter.
Wow, Lori. Look, that almost got everywhere.
Okay, that looks nice on my hands. Okay, ready?
Where is it going?
I don't know.
Oh, that looks cool. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Wow.
Oh my God. That is stunning. Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's so pretty.
You got a good technique for that, to be honest. Last time I tried to do gold splatter, it just looked terrible, but this has got like the cool streaks.
It's got like, this
downwards.
is probably the nicest gold splatter I've ever done. It is everywhere.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Where's it going?
I don't know.
Cue the sad music and cleaning montage.
You are Knuff, Kevin. So I've got candy melts that I want to do a drip with. The candy melts were $3.70 for a bag and used about a quarter bag. So we're looking at $1 for candy melts as well. I don't want to do too much. So I've never done candy melt drips on a wedding cake, but there's a first for everything. Good?
I think so. You don't want too much of that.
No, I like the gold by itself. I regret the drip. Like the gold's so perfect. Oh, why'd you let me do this? I think that's enough drips. That's enough. Oh, Kevin hates the drip. Let's cut to B-roll. Why place flowers for an hour? I'm sorry, look at it, I'm so obsessed. The gold, and I mean the drip, I was worried. You were worried, but it came together. The boldness, the colors, the textures. Let's tally it. The cake, the icing, the filling, the flowers, the gold, and the drip, and all the details. I think we're at $40.74. I mean, if you add on a couple dollars here and there for like baking soda and stuff like that, we're still under $45. So like, challenge nailed, yes. I'm ready to try my wedding luxurious caramel macchiato cake. Oh, little baby slice. I am so proud. I was nervous about this challenge. You guys asked when I did the dollar store cake, you guys flooded the comments with, can I do like a really cheap but like luxurious wedding cake? And let me know if I deliver, because, oh my God, make this recipe. And thank you so much again to Kutek for sponsoring this video. You guys can check out this cake decorating kit and their other products by clicking the link down below.